see, it says that diet change has to be part of the solution. They've stopped talking just about coal. They've said we need to reduce red meat consumption. Whether you like it or not, that's the pressure that's coming our way, which means reducing emissions from livestock production is going to be very much on the agenda and a pressure that we face going forward. Now, my primary job is livestock production, so I'm right in the firing line here. What have we seen in response to that? We've seen Meat and Livestock Australia come out and make what I think is a pretty bold statement, that Australian beef can be carbon neutral by 2030 if you have the right industry and policy settings and the research required. So that was Richard Norton, the Chief Executive Officer. And in the Australian Beef Sustainability Framework, that I think Jenny is going to touch on, climate change risk is right at the is one of the key risks that's been identified that needs addressing. So there's a drive on, there's a move on to come up with solutions to reduce these emissions. I thought I'd just spend the rest of the time just briefly talking about, well, what can we do about it right now? What do we know about methane in ruminants? We know that rumen passage rate, the speed at which digests to go through the rumen, has a big impact on how much methane they produce. The longer time it spends in the rumen, the more time it spends creating methane. So if you improve the quality of the forage you're feeding animals, they produce less methane because it goes through faster through the digestion process. And we saw that in this graph here, which is all the studies done on methane in Australia, all put together into one relationship that says methane production is correlated with dry matter intake. You've got beef cattle in northern Australia on rough rangeland forage down the bottom end because they eat less and it's lower digestibility. You've got dairy cattle up the top, higher intake, higher quality forage, all producing about 20.7 kilograms of methane per kilogram dry matter intake. Other things that affect methane would be secondary compounds, so feeding legumes that have a certain amount of tannin, feeding oil byproducts. We've done some work on that as well. We've also done some work on wheat feeding that actually creates a slightly more acid rumen. So what are the things we can do now? Well, certainly improving the forage quality of the diet, balancing the diet, bringing in these native shrubs or legumes that have these qualities about them that reduce methane. We could look at management. You'd be surprised how many unproductive animals are on farms nowadays. And we can certainly improve the efficiency of those animals, but even through simply improving the health and fertility. There's supplements we can look at that reduce methane as well, and there's breeding, particularly improving the feed